Today we're going to talk about retirement plans that are geared for small businesses. We're going to focus on the SEP versus the SIMPLE IRA. I'm going to go through each one of these plans, and hopefully by the end, you'll have a better understanding of which plan is right for your small business. If this is your first time to our channel or you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. My name's Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner with Sickle Hunter Financial Advisors. The SEP and SIMPLE IRA are two accounts to help you get to retirement. SEP stands for Simplified Employee Pension, while SIMPLE IRA stands for Savings Incentive Match Plan for Employees. IRA, Individual Retirement Account. Both retirement accounts can hold the same investments, so you can hold stocks or bonds, mutual funds, or ETFs. They're also taxed very similarly. They're taxed just like a 401k or a traditional IRA. And these dollars are going to go in pre-tax, grow tax deferred, and come out as ordinary income after age 59 and a half. Now I'm going to talk about the contribution limits. With the SEP IRA, they're all employer contributions. So the employer is going to choose anywhere from 1 to 25% of income. And that's what's going to go into everybody's SEP. With the SIMPLE IRA, it works a little different. On the employee side, you can put up to $12,500, or if you're 50 or over, you can contribute an additional $3,000. The SIMPLE works a little differently, where the employee can contribute up to $12,500, or if they're 50 or older, they can have an additional $3,000 catch-up contribution. But that contribution comes exclusively from the employee. On the employer side with the SIMPLE IRA, you'll either have a 2% or a 3% contribution from the employer side. The 2% is going to be a non-elective contribution, meaning that whether or not the employee participates or contributes into the plan, that employer will commit to contributing 2% of the employee's income into their plan. On the other side, they can choose to do the 3% elective contribution, and that's only if the employee also chooses to contribute to the plan. So with the SIMPLE IRA, there's a bit of incentive for the employee to also participate in order to get that contribution or that participation from the employer. While the SEP is exclusively an employer-funded plan and doesn't require any participation from the employee. The eligibility requirements for the SEP and the SIMPLE IRA also vary slightly. Now, anyone can be eligible to participate in these plans. So if you are an employer and you decide you want everyone to participate, you can have them participate. The maximum amount of restrictions for the SEP is they have to be working for 3 of the last 5 years and have earned at least $600 in each of those years that they worked. On the SIMPLE side, they've earned $5,000 each of the last 2 years and are expected to earn $5,000 in the coming year. Again, those are the maximum eligibility requirements, so you can't make it more difficult for someone to actually have access to those retirement plans if they already meet those criteria. Both plans are retirement plans and can be accessed after the age of 59 and a half. Now with the SIMPLE IRA, you have to have been a participant for at least 2 years before you access it. So if you just started the SIMPLE IRA when you're 58 and a half, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer than 59 and a half in order to gain access to the funds without the 10% penalty. When you're looking at the SEP IRA and you're the sole proprietor, it's also important to understand that you have to subtract your self-employment tax out of your net earnings. So that's going to bring down the amount that you can contribute to about 20%. Let me give you an example. So let's say you made $40,000. With the SEP, you'd only be able to put in $8,000 after that adjustment. But with the SIMPLE IRA, you'd actually be able to put in $12,500 plus an extra $1,200 if you chose the 3% elective match. So 3% of $40,000 is $1,200 plus the maximum contribution of $12,500. That's the maximum that you can contribute if you earned $40,000 as a sole proprietor. So while the contribution limits on the SEP are higher, it doesn't always mean that that's the best plan or the maximum amount that you can contribute. Another example would be if you earned $100,000 with employees earning $50,000. So if you earned $100,000, you can still contribute the full $12,500 plus 3% of 100,000 would be another $3,000. So it'd be $15,500 would be the maximum that you can contribute. On the employee side, who we said earned $50,000, they'd actually have to contribute 3%, which would be $1,500, 3% of $50,000, in order to get the match contribution from you. If they didn't participate or didn't contribute, then you wouldn't have to pay anything into their plan. Both the SEP and the Simple are great retirement planning tools that help you and your employees get to retirement, and they're great tax deferral tools, as well as a great employee retention and hiring tool. Where they differ the most is on cost. And it's not the cost of the actual plan, it's the cost of contributions to your employees and yourself. So those are the savings. And they're gonna vary depending on the income and the amount that you wanna contribute at various levels. So that's where the biggest difference in both of these plans is going to lie. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.